Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon, and we're coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Look, I'm not gonna make this video that long, but I did want to jump on this topic, right? So y'all been seeing the stuff lately about R. Kelly and Jay-Z, and how R. Kelly's former cellmate, and he was telling a story about, how R. Kelly, they were going back and forth about the industry, and R. Kelly told him that he thought Jay-Z wanted to kill him at one point, right? Or that Jay-Z put a hit out on him. And, he didn't feel comfortable around Jay-Z and his camp back when they were touring together, or at least when they tried to tour together, and they did the 2 albums in the early 2000s. Now, as y'all know, I just did the revamp video on Aaliyah a couple of weeks ago. So it only felt right to go ahead and talk about this situation as well, because it all ties back to Aaliyah. With this, real quick, it says R. Kelly has been convicted of a wide sundry of crimes against black girls and women, but the disgraced R&B singer somehow thinks that Jay-Z, of all people, once wanted him dead. His former cellmate was named Ronnie Bo, and supposedly he talked to Hip Hop News, and he was talking about how, he was his former cellmate. He told him Jay-Z had a hit out on him. And plus, supposedly now, he said Kelly had no hard proof about the allegation, but he insisted to his cellmate that his former collaborator put a price on his head. Said the pair famously joined forces in the early mid-2000s for 2 albums, 2002's The Best of Both Worlds and 2004 follow-up Unfinished Business, and an ill-fated co-headlining tour. Then it says, just weeks into the trek, things fell apart at New York City Madison Square Garden, where R. Kelly left the stage over claims that men were pointing guns at him. On his way back to the stage, he was pepper sprayed by one of Jigga's close friends. That friend name was Tata Smith. Then it says he went on to later drop from the tour, and he filed a $75 million lawsuit against his tour mate for breach of contract, which effectively ended their relationship.
Prior to that event, he said like days before the event, he was getting death threats that he felt like was coming from Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z was trying to basically, it may sound outrageous, but he felt like Jay-Z wanted to get him killed for whatever reason. I don't know if it could have been some Illuminati sacrifice type shit. I don't know. He don't know. You know what I mean? But that's how he felt. And so when that event went bad, Jay-Z got Tata, pepper sprayed him and shit. So he canceled the tour on his end, and Jay-Z had to basically carry it on his back.
He felt like Jay-Z was kind of secure, because at that time, R. Kelly was technically bigger than him. So, and supposedly the guy who was his former cellmate, supposedly after he went on and exposed this information, he ended up getting shot. Someone tried to kill him after he did this. Now, I don't know how true that is, but in the footage where he's talking to, I guess, Hip Hop Uncensored, he does have like a cast on, and it kind of seems real. And now look, I don't know how this article got past me when I did the Aaliyah video, right? Because it says, Nas says Jay-Z was aware of R. Kelly's sexual misconduct in an Unearthed 2002 interview. Now, I don't want to say this word just because of YouTube, because it'll flag it. So we're just going to use sexual misconduct. Things are getting more and more interesting. A week following the premiere of the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Now, this article is from 2019, so, obviously this is a few years back. It says many people who have collaborated with the disgraced singer in the past have joined the Mute R. Kelly movement. Meanwhile, others assure that they've been hopped on the wave decades ago when his sexual misconduct was made public knowledge. So it says Jay-Z was one of the people who opted to not participate in the documentary for whatever reason. According to an Unearthed 2002 interview with Wendy Williams and Nas, the famous rapper, says Hove, Jay-Z, seen a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap during the production of Best of Both Worlds, which was the album that Jay-Z and R. Kelly collabed on. It says Wendy agreed to say that anyone who has worked with him, meaning R. Kelly, witnessed disgusting acts of sexual misconduct. Then it goes on to say, Dame Dash recently made headlines for claiming he was allegedly against his former artist collaborating with R. Kelly because of the nature of the relationship between his late fiance, Aaliyah, and Kels. Because we all know he dated her and married her at 15 years old. She was underage. He goes on to say, this Dame Dash, I remember having a conversation with Aaliyah, and I was like, yo, tell me what happened. And she was like, she just couldn't tell Dame what really happened. Then he was like, what you think I felt? I'm human, bro. I had to look the other way all these years. Publicly, that man did a record with that nigga that raped my girl, that he liked as well, but no one said nothing. So we already know, of course, we kind of talked about all this in the Aaliyah video, but this article got away from me because this goes to show more reasoning on why Dame and Jay-Z fell out. It wasn't just, them being business partners and Jay-Z moving him out the way. It was deeper because Jay-Z was knowingly doing music with R. Kelly, knowing what he had going on. He saw a 14-year-old girl sitting on his lap in the studio. So that's them dismissing the parents and stuff like, oh yeah, R. Kelly, oh yeah, she good. We finna drop this album. Y'all good. Y'all gonna go home. We gonna have it to the house later on. And soon as the parents leave, they'll drop their little 14-year-old off with this 20-some-year-old man. The 14-year-old sitting on his lap in a studio. Jay-Z saw it, didn't say nothing. And Dame is like, yo, he did a record with R. Kelly, and he's the guy that raped my girl. And Jay-Z liked her as well. Because here, the pictures are right here. Look, Jay-Z got his hand wrapped around Aaliyah. We have the pictures. Now, I don't know exactly what age Aaliyah was at this time. I don't know exactly what. She could have been a little bit older, obviously, than when R. Kelly first got with her. But still, they both, even I think, what's her name? Foxy Brown. I think she was underage as well when they was all messing with her. And y'all already know, if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. I got the proof right here. Now, it goes back as deep as saying that some people think, well, R. Kelly had going on with Aaliyah, Jay-Z had going on with Foxy Brown. Now, it was rumored that she was around 14 or 15 years old. Now, if y'all could, y'all dig down this rabbit hole if you want to with Foxy Brown. But y'all remember that stuff where she was talking about, Jay-Z took her virginity at 15 years old and gave her STI. Said something about making her a drug mule or something like that. But, Foxy Brown had this whole little thing going on mentally where a lot of people didn't believe what she was saying. But come on, y'all. Ask yourself these questions with the evidence that we know, on how all of this stuff was going down back in the 90s. One of the songs that they released in like 1996 would have made Foxy Brown around 17 years old at that time. I think it was the soundtrack for Nutty Professor. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was something with Eddie Murphy. That song was recorded 2 years before that, when she was around 14 to 15 years old. So Jay-Z would have been almost 30. So think about that. Think about that real quick. Also, y'all already know what Nas and Jay-Z had going on. Nas having, one of the greatest diss tracks in Ether. So this is why Nas made sure to pit out anything he knew about Jay-Z when it came to that whole Aaliyah, R. Kelly, Foxy Brown thing. Check this out. We got more receipts on the whole Foxy Brown thing with Jay-Z messing with her possibly when she was underage. This is from the diss track, Ether. Says, Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. What you think? You getting girls now because of your looks? So this is him saying, he just, he just basically told you what it was. That they definitely had a relationship. He basically calling Jay-Z ugly and thinking, telling him he thinking he getting girls because of his looks, but he really getting them because of his status or whatever. But that gives us proof of what was really going on back in the 90s. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z can't hide behind none of this because it's there. He's just so powerful now, ain't nobody finna bring it up. Because at the time, people were denying the fact that he even signed Foxy Brown. He had everybody on hush. So this is a whole nother story right here. This is a whole nother story. And it all ties right back to everything that was, a part of this little quadsome back then. R. Kelly, Dame, Jay-Z. I don't even know what to call it. It's more than a quad. 5, 6, something. Whatever you want to call this way back then. This is crazy. So, clearly Jay-Z, we already know. We already know there wouldn't be no Beyonce without Aaliyah, going down. So, just by these pictures alone, we already know they had a relationship. No man grips a woman's stomach and waistline like that if they're not together or been together or had, some kind of sexual relationship with each other. It just doesn't happen. So, it kind of makes sense for R. Kelly's former cellmate to be talking about R. Kelly thinking Jay-Z wanted him killed. Now, it could have been other stuff mixed in it as well that we won't, actually know about.
And he was talking about me. He just didn't want to say Ronnie Bo name. You know what I mean? But they know what's going on. And even Mav Hoffa, he knew who Vlad was talking about, but it's like some of them, they afraid of Jay-Z. And it's because Jay-Z got the power to end careers like he did Cameron, R. Kelly, Damon Dash, you know what I mean?
But with all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, bro, everybody is guilty. Jay-Z does a good job. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of power. He does a good job at keeping his name, out of the small stuff. But when you really dig into the deep, dark details of the industry, Jay-Z is right there as well. He was around all that stuff, bro. You just as guilty as the man who's with a 14-year-old. If you look at him with the 14-year-old and you keep your mouth shut, you turn your cheek just to do music with him, you already got your business partner who, was engaged with her. Y'all were supposed to be cool, but he can't be cool with you because you cool with the dude who raped his girl, basically. And you already know how that goes. Like, it wasn't willingly for Aaliyah when she was 15-year-old. That's industry stuff. She's so young, you could be manipulated no matter who you are. How old was R. Kelly? Like 26? Come on. So that's why I had to jump on this topic, because it goes back to the whole Aaliyah thing. Because, if it is true, Jay-Z ain't just back in them days trying to kill R. Kelly just for no reason. Maybe things were on the edge of coming out back then that we didn't know about, that didn't come out until years later. So maybe he felt he had to do something and get rid of R. Kelly, Maybe it was on R. Kelly at first and not Aaliyah. Even though I guess in 2002, 2004, Aaliyah was already gone. But still, we never know. We never really know the real reason behind this stuff at the end of the day, because we're not in the industry. But all I can say, man, is Jay-Z got just as much going on, and he's done just as much as anybody else. So, don't believe and don't think anybody that called themselves Hova is above, this dark, sick, twisted industry lifestyle that these people love to live, and that they have to live at this point because they in too deep. So, it's kind of sick. It's kind of sick, y'all. But I wanted to get on here and do this video, just to kind of do a quick video. I didn't really want to make this too long, kind of beat down the same points. But it's crazy about that article, though, and hearing that it came from Nas. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that he would actually talk about in an interview that, Jay-Z saw the girl with R. Kelly and nobody said anything. This didn't come out until, all that stuff broke out about R. Kelly. And when Wendy Williams said if anybody was around him, they all saw what he did. So we already know it was a huge cover-up the entire time in the name of good music. We should have already known with age ain't nothing but a number. Should have already known. It's a number, but when it's a young number, it's a low number. It matters. You know what I'm saying? Age ain't nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but a thing. Like, yo, come on, bro. You were 15, 14 years old singing that. Come on, bro. Anyways, man, y'all already know what's going on, man. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Anything else y'all want to add to it, please let me know. New content on the way. New videos about to drop really soon. And as always, I'm always taking requests for future videos. I still got a lot of videos that I'm, working on and getting toward dropping those really soon. So y'all already know what's going on, man. I really appreciate y'all support. Every single time I drop a video, y'all show hella love, and I'm gonna continue to show that right back to y'all. So with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm out.